is by putting Jackson Dart out there, a guy that's capable of making everybody better based on the physical talents that he has. I'm not saying he is guaranteed to be great. I'm just saying that I know the Giants are going to be bad with Russell Wilson continuing to be the starter.
Adam Schefter, next. We're on Sportsmanlike, presented by Progressive.
Are you ready to unleash the beast? Monster Energy is here to give you the edge this college tailgate season. Loaded with bold flavors, our powerful blend gives you the energy you need to push you beyond your limits. Tune in all season long with Monster, the energy drink of ESPN Radio College Football Tour. Power your performance with a drink that's as hungry for victory as you are. Crack open an ice-cold Monster and dominate your competition. Monster Energy. Unleash the beast. Grab yours today.
The post-career day press conference, brought to you by Progressive.
Anthony, can you tell us what happened during career day?
I'm a biomedical researcher. The kids just weren't impressed.
How did you feel when your son called in the backup?
Embarrassed, and I knew it would be a fireman. It's always a fireman. It's cliche, but a crowd favorite. He had an axe and everything. I can't compete with that.
And will the fireman be helping your son with his science fair project?
Hope not. I'm literally a scientist.
Like it or not, sometimes you need a backup. That's why there's Progressive to protect your home and auto. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Catholic Memorial Football.
To Devon Williams Jr., and he's into the end zone.
The Crusaders host West Dallas Central this Thursday.
Deep pass from Dalton Steike, and it's complete to Dustin Rhodes.
Crusaders football is brought to you by R&R Insurance, D&M Accounting and Consulting Services, Curative Care, Home Sealed Exteriors, and Tony Wendorf and Associates. Tune in Thursday at 4 on our sister station 1017 The Truth with kickoff at 4:30 and streaming live at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Grand slams and walk-offs. If you haven't jumped on the bandwagon by now, what are you waiting for? Siding Unlimited is Milwaukee's very own national champions. That's right, Siding Unlimited installs windows, and we do it really well, earning the prestigious Pella Platinum Premier National Certified Contractor of the Year award 5 times. New windows? Our expert team will deliver on a smooth, hassle-free installation, making you feel proud of calling Siding Unlimited for your window project. What's the next step? Call 262-567-4513 or go to sidingunlimited.com.
Every great team starts with a strong defense, and the same's true in business. That's why companies trust Trend Micro for cybersecurity. From ransomware to phishing to the most advanced cyber threats, they help protect your network, your data, and your people. With over 35 years of expertise, Trend Micro has built a defensive playbook trusted by enterprises worldwide. Your business works too hard to get blindsided. Go to trendmicro.com and see how enterprise security is done right. That's trendmicro.com.
Experience, knowledge, results. That's what really matters when you need help after a serious truck accident. You'll need a lawyer experienced in fighting and winning for people just like you. Gruber Law Offices has the resources, strong track record of success, and a team of experienced lawyers to take care of your needs. We've successfully helped people injured in big truck accidents for more than 35 years. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Hey, Drew and Jonathan Scott here. Build a customized renter's policy with American Family Insurance so you can protect your tandem bike on the go. Thief! Oh, he is struggling with that two-seater. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Some exclusions may apply. Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI and its operating companies. 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
At Tony Wendorf and Associates First Weber Group, we do more than close deals. We serve with gratitude and faith-filled purpose. We've sold over $300 million in real estate since 2020, one of the top-ranked real estate teams in Wisconsin, and we're just getting started. What sets us apart? We care. Even if we're not your agent, we'll still help. That's the kind of stewardship the community deserves. If you're buying or selling across southeastern Wisconsin, let us earn your trust. I'm Tony Wendorf, and I want to create your red carpet experience. Contact us at wendorfteam.firstweber.com.
A bit of a backup in an accident. Westbound on 94, right about at Hawley Road. We've got the right shoulder blocked with a crash and backup stretching all the way back towards 17th Street. So heads up with that. We got the eastbound side slowing down just a little bit from 92nd Street all the way to about 70th. Southbound 41 backed up from Good Hope Road down past Capitol. Northbound's going to be slow from just north of Watertown Plank Road all the way up almost to Burleigh, not quite. 43 clear on both directions. And checking the TMJ4 storm team forecast today. Increasing clouds. It'll be warmer with a high of 74. Tonight, mostly cloudy. Slight chance for showers, mainly to the north and west of Milwaukee. A low of 58. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Hey, this is Brad Nortman from KBN. Tune into Kyle Bruston Nortman from 2 to 5 every day. WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station. Showtime. The right way to start your day. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
At one point, I finally said, "Free, can you finish this after you put on some shorts?"
She ate breakfast naked?
She didn't even want a nap.
I've had bedroom naked. I've had walk to the bathroom naked. I have never had living room naked.
Oh, it's a scene.
It's like you're living in the Playboy Mansion.
So,
Nakedivity, or whatever the word is different to us.
So she coughed.
Coughing? Naked? It's a turnoff, man.
Everything goes with naked.
When you cough, there are thousands of unseen muscles that suddenly spring into action. It's like watching that fat guy catch a cannonball in his stomach in slow motion.
Nakedness?
Jason,
are you looking for nakedness?
I guess.
I kind of like nakedivity better.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue with Gabe Neitzel and Mark Chamorro. Here's Jen Latta.
Running her mouth, she wants to ride it, she's trying to hide it. I'm cool as ever, she's too excited. Her man look like he wanna fight, he ain't doing nothing but running his mouth. Talk about it, we all about it. They making plans, we sit and count. Our chair is stacked just like a mountain. You heard about it, she running her mouth, she wants to ride it, she's trying.
Let the good times roll, Packers fans. Packers get a big victory, obviously, on Sunday. Talked about it all day yesterday. And then last night, you had Monday Night Football. Soldier Field hosting the Minnesota Vikings. Bears and Vikings battling. And it could not have ended any better for the Packers. Everybody's excited. Caleb Williams looked good. First drive, whoa, they are fixed. Bears are fixed. They're a little nervous.
Oops.
Turns out they weren't. Narrator, they were not fixed. Vikings looked like garbage early on. Now, J.J. McCarthy did figure some stuff out in the fourth quarter of the game. But ultimately, it ends with a 27-24 Vikings over the Bears. And I don't think it could have gone any better for fans of the green and gold. Your reaction, Gabe, to last night's Monday Night Football game, which was not a glowing endorsement for either of these teams.
Yeah, I wasn't overly impressed with either team. Wasn't overly impressed.
Do you want to give them the trophy now, or is this what we're doing here?
Wait, so
let's keep in mind that this is the preseason. This is the right?
What are we supposed to do? Open up our microphones and not talk about a crappy game in the division last night?
No, you celebrate it and then you're on to the next game. Don't worry about the rearview mirror. Look,
yeah, okay, that's what I'm saying. These two teams, they're in the rearview, Chew. You don't have to worry about them. Stinky. Last night, not a fun game to watch. The fourth quarter actually got a little bit interesting, so you got rewarded if you slogged your way through the first three quarters, because it was bad.
Well, I would argue that if you dabble in any sort of Schartenfarter, as we do here on this program, it was actually quite fun to watch.
I'm a Schartenfarter.
It was actually quite fun.
Three quarters of Schartenfarter was, I was ready for bed.
You ever watch a game and just giggle your way through it? That's kind of how this went.
I mean, JJ did look, to JJ McCarthy's credit, after playing three really bad quarters, he played fantastic in the fourth quarter.
Right, but also didn't you go into it thinking that with Kevin O'Connell as the head coach, there's a good chance that he's going to figure something out with JJ McCarthy, right? Like, there's a good chance that as the season goes on, he's going to tweak, he's going to tinker. I mean, for goodness sakes, nobody thought that Sam Darnold was any good, and all of a sudden he turned into a world beater with Kevin O'Connell as the head coach. So there's a part of me that was like, I think that they're going to figure some stuff out. I didn't realize it would happen in the fourth quarter. I just thought it would be eventually. Turns out eventually was late in that game. And again, if you had to choose between who you wanted to win that game, I know the answer is Meteor, but this is the way it shook out was pretty great for the Green Bay Packers. And Gabe, it led you to say what?
Oh, yeah, the division comes down to the Packers and Lions. Pretty easy.
Oh, yeah.
And the Packers have a front, and the Packers are in the front seat.
Minnesota will be there.
I think Minnesota might be frisky.
Minnesota's
going to
take a step back, but they're still going to win 10, 11 games.
Minnesota's going to be maybe what the best case scenario for Minnesota is to be what the Packers were last year, 6-7 seed.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
But there was,
but both teams.
Because last year, Chew, it was the Packers and the Vikings, or excuse me, it was the Lions and Vikings. The Packers were a step back. Like those two teams. And that's what the Vikings on their best day are a step behind the Packers right now.
Chicago will be bad. Chicago's not going to the playoffs, but they're going to win more than 5 games. They're going to win more.
Better
than
hope
5
so.
That is a wide window.
Better hope so.
They're going to win more than 5
Wonder.
games, but they're not going to the playoffs. So
6.
I mean, you could win. You can win 10 games and not go to the playoffs.
No. If you're winning 10 games, you're probably going to be the 7th.
But
seed.
9
games got the Packers in as the 7th seed 2 years ago.
They'll be better.
Well, here's the thing.
So you're saying Minnesota's going to be 2 wins and the Bears are going to be 2 wins?
That's not at all what I did. Did we not just have the conversation about how the Vikings, maybe if they raise their ceiling from yesterday, they can be the 6-7 seed? Did we not just have that conversation?
Well, I ask you a question. Are they going to split? Are they going to win 2? They'll beat the Bears twice, or they should, unless they crap down their leg.
Mm-hmm.
But there is no preseason, so this is preseason.
Sure.
Right?
Well, that's a lousy thing. I'm not saying it's a lousy thing to say, but it's a lousy thing to realize because these games all count. This isn't like college football back in the day where you're playing Austin P. I never know if it's P or P if I'm being and sorry for the stray, but like where you're playing these like cupcake games early in
Stephen
the
F.
season.
Austin.
Exactly.
The Citadel.
Tennessee.
Yeah. Like these are division games in week 1.
Well, that's why you can't win. You can't lose against Washington on Thursday. You're a better team. Is the line still 3.5?
Have not.
You're better. You can't because when you're one of the Elite 6, every game matters. Every game. So
because when you're in that company, you're thinking, can we get the bye? And that's what you're looking for.
That's what you're looking for.
It's no longer we just want the division. We want the bye.
Yeah. You want that number 1 seed. And it'll come down to 1 game. Right? You want Philly at home. You don't want to go to Philly.
Correct. Yep.
So that's why every one of these games is so important. It's just like they play great. Great way to start the season.
Yeah.
Great. But you know what LaFleur's telling the team? Hey, let's pump the brakes a little.
Well, and I actually don't think he has to say that out loud because they play on Thursday.
Yeah.
You don't have any time to sit over there and celebrate the big victory over the Lions. You got to lock in.
Yes.
I don't know how much there's install. Chew, you'd have to tell me, but are we installing new things at this point? What is actually is on a quick turn like this?
Well, they have Washington has film. They have film of Parsons, how they like to use them. Now, and Dan Quinn, defensive guy, he's a smart coach.
Yep.
So they're going to have an answer. Whether the answer works, I don't know.
Well, okay, so then it's not an answer. They think they have a solution.
They think they do.
But teams have thought they had solutions for Micah Parsons for 4 years. And guess what he continuously does?
To Jen's question, you can only
Rex game plans.
You can only install so much on a short week.
Are they splitting then because they have that extra week now with only 3 preseason games? They have the extra week before the regular season starts.
No, you never.
Are they splitting?
No, you don't jump ahead.
Are you trying to split? Are you trying to because you have a Thursday game? Are you trying to go, hey, let's try to get some extra work done in here?
If you had a layup game, like if they were playing Cleveland first game of the year, then maybe. But the coaches never let you know that. Hey,
I would say
I'm looking at.
But I'm just saying,
film.
the coaches are putting in extra work during that week.
I know in college that they have staff looking ahead, that they have staff working ahead. But I don't think you have, to your point, that ever trickles down to the players so that they're aware and they're made aware of maybe what the plan might be for the next opponent. But certainly during the college football playoff, when you don't know who your opponent is going to be based on the bracket, I have talked to coaches who have said he assigns staff to this team and he assigns staff to this team, and they start, doing essentially the behind-the-scenes work.
Now, one thing they're going to have to do this week, you got to spy.
Oh, see, that's
you got to spy him with someone.
What I'm most excited for is to see how this pass rush lines up and works against Washington.
Yeah,
because last year, again, it was just people making excuses about they're just kind of mush rushing. They don't want to put pressure on this quarterback because he might run. There's none of that crap anymore. right? They're still, hey,
Well,
you've got one of the best. You've got
comes down
the best
to-
athlete on the field. He can go get him.
It comes down to how much man you're going to play and how much zone you're going to play. You know?
They play a lot of zone. They played the most zone out of anybody in the league
Which
last
is
year.
good.
Yeah.
Because then you really don't have to spy.
Yeah, because you've got eyes on the quarterback already.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm really excited
So
for.
I would
because
rush for and play zone.
It's such a different challenge, and I'm excited to see how they meet that challenge.
Yeah.
Talking about the Packers-Washington game, which is coming up on Thursday, getting back to last night's game on Monday Night Football, what do you see as the future for the Vikings? Because, Gabe, if you think that they are the team between these two teams who could pose a threat, I mean, I still say, again, I am all the way out on Caleb Williams. I don't care that he went 6 for 6 or whatever the numbers were on that opening drive. He looked horrendous in the second half. He looked like he couldn't handle the pressure, couldn't handle the moment. I'm not even talking about pressure from the Vikings. I'm talking about the pressure of the moment.
Just playing in a game.
and he has no touch on his throws. Everything is like lasered in. It was just an awful watch, to your point. But also, if the Vikings are going to be the team between these two that threaten, how does that shake out? Is it just J.J. McCarthy continuing to grow as the season goes on?
Yeah, I mean, this is a game they trailed the majority of the time until the fourth quarter, and they still ran the ball 6 more times than they threw it, which tells me Kevin O'Connell doesn't fully trust J.J. McCarthy, and the only reason he was throwing it as much as he did in the fourth quarter is because they had to, because they were down multiple scores. So obviously, there's still a lot of growth that has to happen with J.J. McCarthy. And the ceiling looked pretty high last night for him. Like, good for him, but there's going to be a lot of bumps in the road for him throughout the course of this regular season. He might be a problem down the road. I don't think he's a problem too much this year. I think Jeff Hafley is going to be able to confuse him pretty easily as a rookie.
Surprised at all about Aaron Jones' production last night? 8 carries, 23 yards. Not the Aaron Jones that we are accustomed to seeing. Is he now...
He was clearly behind Jordan Mason.
Yes, 1,000,000%.
Yeah, which is interesting.
And the box score indicates that as well, as Mason had 15 carries, 68 yards. I just got it here in front of me. So again, let the good times roll, Packers fans. You know, if you were looking for a chapter 2 to the fantastic chapter 1 that they had with the victory over the Lions, the way that game shook out, you couldn't have asked for it to play out any better. You know, Bears come out, gangbusters, crowd is on fire, everybody's excited, oh my goodness, and then just the rest of the game. So I think this is an exciting development for Green Bay Packers fans. We got a lot of stuff to get to this morning, in addition to, of course, celebrating a lousy game for the division rivals, the Vikings and the Bears. Jason Wilde is going to join us in just a few minutes. We'll get the latest from 1265 from him. We also have power rankings this morning, and we have Jeff Levering, who is going to talk about the Brewers. Brewers dropped a game last night, but so did the Cubs, so they maintain that 7.5 game lead in the division. I think they still have the best record in baseball, right? There's nobody over on the AL that's...
By a lot.
It's not even close.
Nobody over on the AL that's
I think
chomping.
that's still by 5 games.
So we will talk to Jeff Levering as the show goes on as well. Stick around. Jen, Gabe, and Chewy rolls on.
For your next big event, Noble Catering has to be your first call. Southeastern Wisconsin's premier craft caterer, preferred by over 30 venues in the area. And coming in the spring of 2026, Noble's new headquarters, Brixton's Turn, a 400-person event venue located in the heart of Bayview's Harbor District. Have beverage needs for that upcoming party? Neat Beverage Catering offers mobile bartending to elevate that event. For all your catering needs for any special event, please go to noblecateringco.com.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today. More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
We've got an accident on westbound 94 right about at Hawley Road off on the right shoulder. Still seeing delays all the way back to 17th Street with that. And the eastbound side slowing down out of the Zoo interchange to 35th. We do have another crash on northbound 894 right about at Oklahoma Avenue. It's off on the right shoulder. Delays coming up from Beloit Road, so keep that in mind. Northbound 41 backing up from Mayfair Road up to Burleigh. Southbound slowing from just before Appleton Avenue down past Capitol Drive. Traffic is brought to you by the Bud Pavilion's free concert series Wednesday Night Live. Be there for live music with Bella Kane. Starts this Wednesday at 7. Wednesday Night Live at the Bud Pavilion at State Fair Park. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, increasing clouds, warmer with a high of 74 tonight. Mostly cloudy, a slight chance for showers, mainly to the north and west of Milwaukee, a low of 58. Weather's brought to you by Big Frog Custom T-shirts and more. Easy and affordable apparel personalization with no minimums and fast turnaround. For all your printing needs, bigfrog.com/Mequon. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
This year, it just feels different.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
Listen to WTMJ as the Brewers make their charge to the postseason. Brewers playoff coverage is presented by the Neurospine Center of Wisconsin and featured by Annex Wealth Management, Boucher Automotive, and Delta Dental. We are the home of the Brewers. WTMJ.
It's Jason Wilde from Wilde & Tausch. Upgrade your industrial supply services with Lakeland Supply, your trusted ISO-certified partner for custom packaging, shipping supplies, janitorial, and safety supply solutions. With over 40 years of industry excellence, Lakeland Supply is a proven one-stop source with over 95% of their products made in the U.S., and they treat their customers like family. Personalized service with a national reach. That's what Lakeland Supply does. Visit lakelandsupply.com to discover how they can make your business better.
Monica, we've got to hand it to you.
You and the design team have outdone yourselves. Are you talking about the One collection? Those rings say you are the one.
And they say it symbolically.
Describe the symbols.
Every ring in the One collection should be presented with a special ritual.
What would that ritual be?
You pick up her left hand and you place a kiss on her ring finger.
Rick, you never told me about that part.
Then you show her the tiny red diamond, flush mounted inside the ring, that will forever be in contact with her finger.
Why is it red?
Because that's when the giver says to the one, wherever you go, my heart goes with you.
I give you this kiss. I give you my heart. The red diamond is a secret symbol of that sacred moment. The center diamond on the outside of the ring is for the whole world to see.
But the tiny red created diamond inside the ring is only for the two of them.
The One collection of engagement rings is available exclusively at Kessler's. To find the Kessler's nearest you,
visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, HIMS.com/JOY.
Ready, down, put.
All Packers, all the time.
He was a field-tilting player, and the reason why Gabe and many others are so concerned is that this guy's on the field, he changes the offensive dynamic. They are a different offense when he is there.
Okay, most of the time.
You know, Homer calls Matt LaFleur soft all the time. Matt LaFleur is like Vince Lombardi compared to me.
It's Jason Wilde on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Brought to you by Exterior Pros. Ready to tackle your home improvement project this year? Exterior Pros and Baths is here to help you score big with quality home exterior and shower upgrades. Visit extpros.com. Also brought to you by Lakeland Supply. Lakeland Supply is in business to make your business better. Set up a free packaging and supply chain assessment at lakelandsupply.com.
We always appreciate the insight from our friend and teammate Jason Wilde. Good morning, Jason. How are you on this fine Tuesday?
Great. How are you guys?
Very good. I said let the good times roll because that game last night was horrendous. The Bears versus the Vikings on Monday Night Football. Vikings end up pulling away with the victory 27-24. And what I said as a Schartenfarter show, which we are, where you relish in the demise of others, this was as good as it gets for Packers fans. Gabe has said this division is the Packers for the taking. Do you agree?
Well, yes, but
No buts, Jason.
Don't sleep on Detroit.
Well, yeah, but they.
I
agree.
Right, Jason? I mean, it's just like
they've got a leg up right now in Detroit.
Sure,
Hey.
one game in.
Hey, can I speak, please?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Okay.
Guys can't even agree on that.
Exactly. Well played, Jennifer. Look, everyone overreacts to week one. I talked about this on the Channel 3 10 o'clock news last night when I'm always looking to find a new angle that I haven't covered in the 18 shows I do for us and everything else. But everyone overreacts, right? And I saw Kyle Brandt did a similar thing on NFL Network, so I felt really good about that take, that it's just impossible not to overreact to the first game, good or bad, because we've waited so long for the game to be played. And whether it's the team that you cover or the team that you root for or teams you root against, like the two teams last night for Packers fans, it's just a natural instinct because it's the first real football we have to judge, right? Now, that said, I think Gabe is probably right because they, as he so eloquently put it, already have a leg up on the Lions by winning on Sunday. I mean, that does matter. It's one of 17, but it's a little more valuable than a number of the other 17, right, or other 16. So I get where everyone's coming from. I watched that game last night and thought, these two teams stink. But there's a lot of football to be played. You're not the team you are in week 1 that you are in week 6 or week 12 or week 18. So I think right now you can feel that way, but reserve the right to alter your opinion because players grow, teams improve, or get worse, or get devastated by injuries, and everything changes.
Jason, are there any updates on Tom or Banks for Thursday?
Yeah, look, it's a short week. Tom's injury, which was announced as a hip injury, is an oblique.
Yeah, that didn't make me feel good.
That's not what we're looking for exactly. So I don't like his chances. I'm still one of the things I want to ask LaFleur today is: did Kennard not play well, or did you just decide we're probably going to be without Tom on a short week? We don't need to get this guy hurt too. We'll put in Belton because I thought there was a play. I don't know if you saw this, Gabe, in your extensive breakdown, but there was a play where Kennard is in at right tackle, and he pulls all the way to, like, left end on a running play. Did you see this?
I did not know.
That is not normal. So I thought that was an encouraging sign that maybe he's a pretty good athlete and he can do some stuff.
Yeah, tackles typically don't pull.
All the way to the other side of the line.
Okay.
Indeed. Yeah.
Jason, I know a lot of people sent you this yesterday, but I was one of them, and I was very curious. So for people who haven't seen it, it was kind of tucked in a Mike Silver piece over at The Athletic, and I'm sure people across the country reading it going, oh, that's interesting. But in Green Bay and Packer fans, I think it's a bigger deal than maybe even Mike Silver realized. Just quickly summarizing what he wrote in 2 paragraphs in a piece about the Packers and their win over the Lions, where he just kind of described a board of directors meeting where Ed Policy very much in favor of the move of getting Micah Parsons, Russ Ball backing him up, saying, hey, we can afford to do this. And then he got a quote from a Packers front office official saying, quote, it was clear that this is a new era. There have been moves that weren't made in the past, like trying to trade for Khalil Mack in 2018. Mark Murphy wanted to do it, but the board was against it, and he didn't want to force it on them. Does the board have more power than we realize?
No. So, and again, Mike and I have known each other for 25 years, and he's really good at getting people to talk. I like to think I've got a little bit of ability to do that too. I don't know who that person is that's quoted, but I talked to someone who's on the board, and he said, look, that's not how this works. Now, because I read him the entire couple of paragraphs that you had sent me, and I went back and read the whole thing because I obviously have a subscription. But he said, look, the part about it being a new era, the part about it being ed policy, being aggressive, and what's the line in there? If not now, when, or something like that. Like there's, he thought that's probably true. I think that's an accurate depiction of a shift in mentality. But he said, look, on the board, and remember, there's a difference between the board, which are a lot of people, and then the executive committee, which is a much smaller group, right? But that is not how things work here. So I don't know who Mike talked to that was under the impression that there's any sort of involvement from the board on football decisions, because I do think, whether it was Murphy before or ed policy now, I do think the president weighs in on stuff. And I do think he talks through stuff with Goody and LaFleur. They meet regularly. Again, whether it's Murphy or ed policy. So I don't doubt that there might have been, I don't want to say pressure brought to bear, that's too strong of a phrase, but that there was, Ed chimed in, put it that way. But the person that I talked to said that they get a football report, and basically it's slightly better than what Goody does during the shareholders meeting, which is barely nothing.
Sure.
So it's not. So I think that whoever Mike talked to, I think was ill-informed in terms of the board's involvement. And as I said to the guy that I know on the board, I was like, I'm not here to carry water for you. So, if this is the kind of stuff that the board is doing, I would appreciate if you're honest with me. He's like, look, there was a time in this organization's long history where there were a bunch of business people on this board who thought that they had way more power than they had. And it turned out they did have more power, and it was what caused this team to think for so long. That is not how things operate now. So I want to reassure those that read that, because you're right, I got it from about 7 other people, there has not been some sort of shift where now, Johnny Restaurateur and a guy that makes widgets is starting to have influence over whether they pursue a player or not.
Just to be clear, Jason, it's your understanding that the information did not conflate board and executive committee in any way, right? Like to be honest with you, I wasn't even aware that there's a difference between the board and the executive committee. Is it possible that was sort of a miscommunication here, that when he said the board, it was just sort of a catch-all of these people who are involved in it with the Packers, but not necessarily the decision-making?
Yeah, that's a good question, Jenna. I don't know that. Again, the executive committee is a much smaller group, obviously. Dan Aarons is on it. John Bergstrom, I don't know if he's retired from it or if he's still on it. But that's like the top level of the board. So yes, I definitely think whoever Mike was talking to, I'm assuming that person was in personnel in some role, not on the actual board. But again, I think it's more of I don't want to say rubber stamp, but I think it's more of a, hey, this is what we're doing. And the reason why there is a president is because that's the person who ultimately decides after Goody tells them he wants to do something and Russ Ball says, here's how we're going to make it work financially, then the president decides whether or not he's going to say, all right, I'm supporting this, or do we really want to do this? Here are the drawbacks. Like, it's a collaborative effort, but the president is representing all the interests of board.
Oh no,
well, that's not good.
Oh no, we lost Jason.
But
there he is.
I find it.
You're back.
We lost you, but you're back.
I haven't even moved.
I know.
It sounded like you muted yourself the way it clicked on.
I'm not even touching my phone. No, I'm not. All right. Yeah. Anyway, maybe that's just a sign I was rambling too much.
Can I ask a quick follow-up? What then happened with the Khalil Mack of Murphy was in favor of it, but then it got where does that breakdown in communication happen?
But he didn't want to force it on the board. Was basically the verbiage.
Again, I don't know who Mike talked to, but I can tell you that Goody made a legit offer for Khalil Mack. He just wasn't willing to include both of his first-round picks in 2019 to get him. And the Bears gave up their 2019 and 2020 first-round picks, and Goody was only willing to give up one first-round pick. So his offer wasn't as good as the Bears' offer was. So, I don't know where that comes from because they made an offer. The Bears just didn't take it. So, I don't that was, to be honest, when Gabe sent that to me, that was the part that I thought, well, that doesn't make sense at all. I thought at least the board, well, maybe things have changed with the board, right? Maybe they do have more influence. But the part about the Khalil Mack trade was the part that made no sense because I know for a fact that they made a legitimate offer and that the Bears' offer was better, but because it included 2 first-round picks, and also because the Raiders believed that it was a better offer because the Bears were going to be worse than the Packers were going to be. Turned out the Packers obviously had a down year in 2018, and they ended up picking 12th and took Rashawn Gary. But, again, I don't know who might talk to. I think there's a lot of people that cover this team on a daily basis that have some pretty good connections with people that are in the behind the scenes. And I definitely trust the person I talked to that they wouldn't have just been saying this because, it's out there that the board is exerting more influence than it actually is.
Jason, last thing before we let you go. Matt LaFleur had a challenge again on Sunday. He lost that challenge. That, unfortunately, is a trend for Matt LaFleur. 18 of 44, according to one aggregate source. Ranks 21st out of 27 active NFL coaches that have now challenged a play. Is this a problem?
I don't know if it's a problem. I don't think he thinks it's a problem. I think he views first half challenges and timeouts as he can be a little loose with them. I do think that these have become less important because the eye in the sky judge, whatever you want to call it, replay assist, after conferring with replay assist, the ruling on the field is an incomplete pass. We saw it a couple times in last night's game. I think challenges have become less valuable and less frequently used. But he's like Seinfeld at the counter of the rental car place when he's demonstrating. You know how to take the reservation. Anybody could just take them. Anybody could just challenge stuff. Right, and he does there's a willy-nilliness there that he doesn't care. I don't want to say he doesn't care because then that's going to get soundgraphed. He doesn't see them as wasteful as maybe we look at them as. Does that make sense?
Sure.
And I thought that was a good challenge, Jason. The catch.
Yeah, because on the first view, I didn't think he had one of the feet down, and then when you really slowed it down, okay, I guess he's got both feet in.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we put more value on those because, not to keep making Seinfeld references, you're hung up on a clown from the 60s, man. We're hung up on a mentality about replay challenges that it's not the same anymore. They are way less valuable because so many things get corrected before you have to challenge them. And quite frankly, I think the league is really continuing to try to be really good at the replay assist stuff so they don't have to put their coaches in those positions as frequently.
Jason, we appreciate you hanging out with us. Have a great one. We'll talk to you again very soon.
All right, everybody, take care. Be good.
That's Jason Wilde. You can hear him on Wilde and Tausch right after our show here on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee.
And our conversations with Jason brought to you by Lakeland Supply. They're in business to make your business better. Set up a free packaging and supply chain assessment at lakelandsupply.com.
More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
Still dealing with a couple of accidents. One, westbound 94 at Hawley Road, off on the right shoulder, backing things up towards the Marquette. Eastbound side's backed up from about Highway 100 to about 35th Street. The other accident is on northbound 894, right about at Oklahoma Avenue. It is off on the right shoulder, and backups coming out of the Hale interchange up to that point. Southbound 41 is slow from Good Hope Road down past Capitol Drive. We've got a little bit of a northbound backup just from Mayfair Road up to Burleigh. Traffic is brought to you by Racine Danish Kringles. Football season is here. Add Kringle to your tailgate and make your guest day. Order at Kringle.com or call 1-800-4DANISH. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Today, increasing clouds, warmer with a high of 74. Tonight, mostly cloudy, slight chance for showers, mainly to the north and west, a low of 58. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Change your grocery game plan to locally owned Century Foods, home of the best meat, freshest produce, and tastiest treats.
Now through Wednesday, save on 64-ounce selected varieties Essential Everyday Apple Juice, 2 for $4. 32 to 64-ounce selected varieties Silk Milk or Creamer, 2 for $7. 6 to 16-count selected varieties Stone Ridge Ice Cream Sandwiches, $3.49. 20 to 24-ounce selected varieties Frigo String Cheese, $6.99.
I am starving.
Oh, no, never walk into a Century when you're hungry.
Unless it's free sample day. Ooh, wow, pizza, yes. I'd love to try that one.
My husband thinks he can make a meal out of grocery store samples.
Need to wash this down. I think I see someone handing out samples in the liquor department.
Geez, can we focus on our list?
What's this?
It says you can win 2 tickets to Green Bay's home game against Chicago on December 7th.
Or autographed footballs, or a 4-pack of Green Bay Hall of Fame tickets.
You have to enter through Century's Facebook or Instagram.
I'll be entering this on my phone in the deli next to that cheese sample station.
I'm shopping at Century alone next time.
Enter by November 12th.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
Back to school means back to savings with Exterior Pros and Baths. Right now, get $3,000 off your roofing, your siding, your windows, or your bath project during the fall savings event. Don't wait. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com to claim your $3,000 savings and book your free estimate. Exterior Pros and Baths, Wisconsin's trusted home improvement experts. Trust the pros.
This is Kevin Moret from Mentality. Every day is a silent competition, and with testosterone dropping 1% annually, you're fighting an uphill battle. Your colleagues notice when you lose your edge, your partner senses when your confidence wavers, and without addressing low T, you're set up to fail. No willpower can overcome this hormonal deficit. Mentality's FDA-approved treatments have shown a 30% increase in testosterone levels. Don't let low T define you. Reclaim your power at mentalityhealth.com/radio. That's mentalityhealth.com/radio.
Come catch the final battle of the regular season when the Brewers host the Reds Friday, September 26th through Sunday, September 28th. We're celebrating the best fans in the game on Saturday, the 27th at Fan Appreciation Night, presented by Toyota. Plus, if you're one of the first 30,000 fans through the gates, you'll take home a Brewers tumbler giveaway too, presented by Quick Trip. Come close out the regular season with the crew. Get your seats today at brewers.com/tickets.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Thanks, Ernie. I'm going to Venmo you that money right after the show.
You can't. You don't know how to use Venmo.
Made my workload much less. But Ernie,
you don't know how to
Ernie,
do it, and I don't know
does
how to
it ever?
it. So
On 94.5 ESPN.
Are you looking for a new home? If you are, my friends over at the We Sell Group at Keller Williams are your best bet. Rob and Nick have been incredibly patient with me and my family as we continue looking for a lake house. They're informative, they're available. It is so clear their passion is people. So why would you go anywhere else if you're in the market for a new home or you're ready to sell? Right now is the time. Call We Sell Group, WeSell.kw.com. That's WeSell.kw.com. If you're ready to move, join Rob and Nick on the journey. It's WeSell.kw.com. A very interesting note by our friend Gabe Neitzel on that article by Michael Silver, and we're going to dig into it a little bit more here. Jason did do some recon work for you, right? He went and talked to some people in 1265, or essentially on the board there, who basically said, nah, man, we're not weighing in, we're not, vetoing moves that the front office wants to make. That must give you some sense of relief, Gabe, as a Packers fan.
Yeah, because it was my understanding that when Bob, kind of like what Jason said, of in the 70s and 80s, the board overreached their power. They wanted to have say. The president wanted to have say on football operations. And I thought that all ended famously when your guy, Chew, Ron, came in, because he didn't take the job when it was offered to him a couple of years prior to him actually taking it.
Because they wouldn't give him absolute power.
Correct. And then finally Bob took over, became the president, said, nope, we're putting Ron in charge. And I thought that was, okay, yeah, obviously you probably have to run big-time moves where you're spending, I mean, what did Micah get, 144 guaranteed? Whatever that number was that Micah got guaranteed, I'm assuming you had to run that one by your boss if you're the GM. But
that was my understanding, because back in the day, not when Brett would sign extension at, later in the 90s, obviously Brett would tell me before it was released to the media, and he'd say, well, it's just got to go through the executive committee.
Yeah.
So
which I just assumed was like, yep, and they rubber stamped it.
And I understand your point. You don't want the executive committee determining trades.
Yeah. I don't know. 2 first-round picks kind of seems steep. I don't want any of that.
I think just it goes to the board when there is a massive amount of guaranteed money or signing bonus.
Well, because as Joshy pointed out, when you're guaranteeing that much money, that all goes into an escrow account. So you got to have the money up front.
Correct.
So you've got to take the money from somewhere and be able to put it someplace.
Like you said, the long snapper that just signed, probably not going to the executive committee.
No, you didn't think, hey, we want to sign at Matt Orzech to a 3-year extension. Let's
6,000 signing bonus? What are you, nuts?
Or you just send them a text, hey, you guys cool with this?
Yeah.
What I'm confused by then, if we keep pulling the layers back, is who in Green Bay is under the impression that it's different, and why are they under that impression? Because I imagine that somebody who's working in the front office, and it seems like they believe the exec board has the ability to spike things. So what's happening there?
Is it possible that, and I don't want to play the X-Files music, is it possible that in this situation that Mike Silver is referencing, which is the Khalil Mack situation in 2018, Mark Murphy actually didn't want to do it?
And then
is it possible?
And blame the board?
And he
That's
said,
what I'm considering.
Right? Is it possible then that he was like, but the board, the big bad board,
can't fight City Hall.
Because that was Goody's first year?
That was Goody's first year.
Yeah, he might have been like, hey, easy, cowboy. Let's get a couple years under your belt here.
But then how do you balance that with Goody making a legitimate offer? Because as Jason said, he knows that for a fact, that they offered and they were in the running for Khalil Mack. He just wasn't willing to give the second first-round pick that the Bears were, and therefore Khalil Mack goes to the Bears because it was a better offer.
I mean, the board should have nothing to do with the football side of things.
I
understand
agree.
the money things, but not the football side. But let's not forget, and I was never a big fan of Murphy sticking his nose in the football operations.
Mm-hmm.
Bob Harlan said, Ron, this is your show. Run it the way you want. I'll have your back, give you anything you need. Not, well, you sure you want to make that move? And I think Murphy did a little bit of that, and I think that's, I don't know.
Does this make you think that maybe Ed Policy won't give that power back now that he's a part of it, and now that he is the one responsible for hiring and firing the head coach, that he's not going to eventually put things the way they were in terms of hierarchy when you played,
I think,
and the previous regime when it was, McCarthy answered to Ted Thompson. Ted Thompson answered to Mark Murphy.
Well, I think it also bears considering, guys, what was mentioned in this article, that at a board of directors meeting in early August, the Parsons and Cowboys were at a standoff, and that the idea of trying to trade for him was discussed.
Mm-hmm.
So they are discussing player acquisition with the board. What we're trying to nail down here is how much say does the board actually have? Because it would appear, to the point that you made, Chew, is if Russ Ball says, we can afford it, right? If Ed Policy goes to Russ Ball, can we afford it? And Russ Ball says, we can afford it, then the board would be like, we can afford it. And then, you know what I'm saying? But if I just don't understand necessarily,
Well,
is it more of a courtesy thing? We're just going to loop you in on things we might have our fingers in?
I don't think so. Okay.
I don't know. You tell me, Chew. You tell me.
Yes.
So you have the executive committee, and then you have the board. The board seems like it's a meet to meet. Like they get together.
Those are just figureheads.
That's what I'm saying. Like it feels like a meet to meet, and so you just kind of throw some information to make them feel important.
Look, if it's run like every other huge bet, my wife works for a $12 billion company where there is a CEO and there's an executive board. You know who has all the power?
The board.
The executive board. Why would it be any different in Green Bay? Now, I don't think they're going to step on feet, and they totally trust the CEO to run it. But at the end of the day, they're the boss.
I do got to be honest with you guys, though. I think it's possible, and I don't know this is just speculation, but hear me out. I think it's possible that Mike Silver, in his reporting, didn't differentiate or maybe know that there was a distinction between this executive committee, which is very small, very tight, and the board of directors. The board of directors is a long, lengthy list. I'm looking at like 30 people on this board. Why in the world would you tell 30 people, no matter how close they are to the Green Bay Packers, that you're making a play for Micah Parsons?
Yeah.
Right? Am I being crazy?
No.
I mean, the Packers notoriously keep things close to the vest.
Yeah. They try to.
I think, again, this is speculative. I don't know the answer to this. My gut tells me that when Ed Policy and Russ Ball were talking to the board about potentially getting Micah Parsons, it was that tiny 6-member group of the executive committee.
Correct. Yes.
Not the board.
Yeah, because you don't want leakage.
Correct.
But to your point,
there was leakage,
to your
though.
point of them going back to the old system, I don't think you will, because Policy, who I'm sure is like his dad, is a great communicator, and he feels he can just manage everything and put out fires when he needs to. Where my take on Murphy is he had to have his ego stroked every now and then.
Because one of the questions we had around Murphy retiring is, okay, you can't go back now, right? You can't go back to GM hires the head coach and have that hierarchy because this is what you're inheriting.
Because then
you're in
Goody
the middle
would be
of
LaFleur's
something.
boss,
Correct.
and LaFleur would go crazy.
Yeah, so you're already in the middle of this thing. So until one of those guys or both get fired eventually, right? Like that's when you could go, okay, here's where we're going to hit the reset.
And I don't think he will. I don't.
It's just
meaning Policy.
Yes, Policy going back to when the time comes to hit the reset button of the who reports to who.
If I know anything about people in power, is they typically aren't super excited to give it up. That's just a thing I've come to know.
But I'll tell you this, and I don't.
So is that
know
what
him.
makes Bob Harlan special?
Yes.
Well, that's what I was going to
exactly.
say. I don't know him. I knew of his father. We played against them. Holmgren loved. Everyone loved Carmen Policy in San Francisco. Ed, I would assume Ed Policy is closer to Bob Harlan than Mark Murphy was. Right?
I mean, Mark's one of one.
Yeah. I mean, he's very entertaining. But
I hope Ed Policy is not as entertaining as Mark Murphy.
I don't think
he's starting his policy. He's doing his Murphy's Takes 5. They're starting that up
Oh, that's
again.
awesome.
Oh, are they?
Actually excited about that.
Oh, what are they going to call it?
I don't know, but is it going to be worth it?
Wait, you're wondering if he's going to take the, hey, why don't we draft more white people question?
Policy's policy.
Wow, you're clever, man.
I know.
It's not good. Anyway, long story short, gang here. Very good observation by you, Gabe, in that article in The Athletic about what was very interesting of like, wait a minute, hold on. Does the board have more say in player personnel, in acquisition, player acquisition, than we thought? Jason says, no, that is not the case. I think this was a very interesting conversation about the dynamics that we are now seeing. And again, new regime. So we're trying to figure out how it all shakes out. Good stuff by you. We'll take a break here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Still a lot of stuff to get to in the second hour of the program, including power rankings from our guy Chew. And, of course, we have Jeff Levering joining the show to talk about the Brew Crew. That's all coming up next.
Football season is here. You know that means those holiday parties are right around the corner. So why stress yourself out? Maybe lean on the professionals to plan it for you. Yes, that's why you should look to Events by Design. Boost culture and captivating corporate events like appreciation parties, brand activations, and more. I've seen everything that Events by Design can do, from the high-end Buck Soiree to even just a little addition to our ESPN Milwaukee golf outing by being out on one of the holes and just playing walk-up music for everyone before they hit their tee shot. Again, whatever you're looking for, Events by Design can help. There's no party too big, no party too small. Because for over 25 years, Events by Design has helped companies execute successful events. So retain top talent by investing in your culture today. Just search online, Events by Design. They design, you party.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy are back after this on 94.5 ESPN. Immediate live show streaming. A homepage customized just for you. The brand new ESPN Wisconsin app. Your state, your teams, your ESPN.
It isn't fair to just say they need to put pieces around Jordan Love in order to get to the Super Bowl, but it will also help if Jordan Love plays up to his potential.
The ESPN Wisconsin app. Everything in the palm of your hand.
Just going back to it's fine just doing it the Goody way and growing young and growing together.
Available in the Apple and Android App Store. Download the ESPN Wisconsin app today. Let's get the latest from Lambeau. This is your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Tri-City National Bank. Tri-City National Bank offers a full suite of personal and business banking products at more than 25 convenient locations. Open your account today at the community bank that's Milwaukee's best bank. Learn more at tcnb.com.
The excitement around the Green Bay Packers defense continues after holding the reigning NFC North champion Detroit Lions to only 13 points in Sunday's season opener. And their newest addition, edge rusher Micah Parsons, says, I think it's only up from here.
We had maybe 2 days of practice together. So imagine what it's going to look like 5 weeks from now.
Parsons only played 29 of Green Bay's defensive snaps in Week 1. Imagine that is only up from here as well. It's an interesting test Thursday at Lambeau for the Packers defense as they take on the Commanders and mobile second-year quarterback Jaden Daniels. I'm Alex Stroh.
This has been your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Tri-City National Bank, your hometown bank.
Do you want to bank without the fuss? For easy banking, rely on us. In person, online, or with the Tri-City app. Your banking can be done just like that. Tri-City National Bank. Member FDIC.
Escape to Lake Lawn Resort in Delavan, Wisconsin, where everything is better at the lake. Dive into endless outdoor activities, including boating, fishing, and paddleboarding on the serene Delavan Lake. Tee off at the lakeside Majestic Oaks Golf Course, or unwind in the award-winning Calidora Spa. Enjoy gourmet meals at 1878 on the lake, casual bites at the Lookout Bar and Eatery, and sweet treats at the Isle of Capri Cafe. Explore Delavan Lake's stunning shores and historic landmarks from the comfort of their 76-foot cruise boat, the Lake Lawn Queen. Book your stay today at LakeLawnResort.com.
This is an ad by BetterHelp.
Cold plunges, better sleep, a gym buddy. How do you know what has the biggest impact for an active body and mind? With BetterHelp, you can talk with real, qualified therapists, not AI. With a 4.9-star rating, BetterHelp understands mental wellness shouldn't be tougher than a workout. Their therapists can figure out what's best for you. And yeah, it might involve a cold plunge. Visit BetterHelp.com, code TIMEOUT for 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com, code TIMEOUT.
Turn those hoop dreams into reality with Precision Sports, your one-stop shop in southeastern Wisconsin for Mega Slam, Ironclad, and Dominator basketball hoop systems. Installation of new or old hoops and completely customizable painted court lines. PrecisionSportsOnline.com.
Summertime is the time for all the big events. Weddings, milestone birthdays, even corporate events. Elevate every event with Noble Catering, a premier craft caterer in southeastern Wisconsin, preferred by over 30 venues. Noble Catering is also the exclusive caterer of Villa Terrace, an East Side event treasure. And coming in 2026, Noble's new headquarters, a 400-person event venue in the heart of Bayview called Brixton's Turn. Book them for your event at noblecateringco.com.
Hey, this is Mike from Infinity Exteriors. Buying a roof, siding, or windows can feel overwhelming. Hidden costs, confusing contracts. We don't play that game. We educate you so you can decide. And when you know the facts, Infinity Exteriors is the clear choice. Since 1997, we've installed peace of mind with no surprise upcharges, flexible budgets, and immediate financing. Infinity Exteriors, saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Visit infinityexteriors.com.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
If it's gotten to the
I
point,
don't think shower.
What do you mean? What do you mean you're not going to take a shower? You just told me you're offended by your own BO.
No, but I think it's deodorant, Gabe. Showering does nothing. It really doesn't.
You are wrong.
Because
you must be showering wrong.
On 94.5 ESPN.
Casino Hotel Milwaukee and shoot your shot at big wins for Sweet Ticket September. Play with your rewards card for entries and you can score triple on drawings on Thursdays with slam dunk prizes like reward play and tickets to see the Milwaukee Bucks in action. Sweet Ticket September is here. Are you ready for it? It's only at Potawatomi. More information is available online. Must be 21 years old and a rewards member to play. Rob in Michigan weighing in on the Carb List talk and text line 800-990-3776. He asks, who are the Packers team captains this year? And Joshy, you did a little intel, a little digging during the break. Who did you discover are, in fact, the Packers captains this year? And by the way, a couple years back, they rotated week to week.
They've done it. They've done it for years now. Ever since Zedarius.
This is going to be a permanent captaincy, if you will, Joshy.
Yeah, the list is the names you would expect here. I think Jordan Love, Josh Jacobs, Tucker Kraft, Isaiah McDuffie, Rashawn Gary, Quay Walker, and Xavier McKinney.
The names you would expect, you say?
McDuffie?
McDuffie, I think, is special teams.
Yeah, they usually have a special teams person.
What about Walker? Quay Walker. They really like Quay Walker, guys.
Green dot.
Yeah,
veteran.
green dot. Makes sense. He's not getting a contract.
I thought he played pretty well.
He
did
did.
that one play downhill where he made a nice play there.
He did.
This is more of a unity council, sounds to me, type thing. Because when I
Leadership
played,
council.
it was a rotating group, which is cool because they always brought an old alum in, but you had to win the game in order to get the picture.
Huh.
So if you lose, you don't get the picture.
I thought they took the picture before the game.
You take the picture before the game, but you have to win, and then they give you a nice framed picture of the three of you with a plaque that says the game.
That's so funny.
I guess I was picking that up.
So I was like 4 for 5, I think.
All right, that's pretty good.
So I got some good.
That's pretty good.
I would bet that's changed.
Well, the pictures became public. Remember we were able to look at it because Rogers used to do the goofy thing whenever he was in the picture.
Photobomb it.
Yeah. Whenever I guess he wasn't technically.
But they also don't bring in like the old alum all the time to be a part of that too.
Yeah.
Surprised at all? Again, that list that you mentioned is Love, Jacobs, Kraft, McDuffie, McKinney, Quay, and Gary. Quay is the only one I said the first name of. That's funny. Walker. Surprised at all? No wide receivers. I know Kraft is tight end, but
who would you put? Watson would probably. You're not putting Dobbs.
No.
No.
Jaden?
Obviously, they don't look at those guys as leaders.
That's what I was trying. Thank you, horse to water.
Which is fine.
Anyone? No O-line either.
Yeah. No Zach Tom.
No Jenkins.
Elton Jenkins. Who's been there forever.
They don't want to be, though.
Offensive lineman?
That's his cattle theory again.
It is. It's like, I got to go upstairs and go to a meeting. I was going to take a nap.
I love that you tried to moo there on the delivery.
Also, can you vote somebody captain if they're not participating for much of the offseason program? That seems to be counterproductive.
Yeah, for
Elton. Because he seems like to make the most sense. He's now the center. He's the longest tenured. Probably the best at what he does there. Like, he would make sense, but he's not here. How can he be captain?
Who are they missing, though? I mean, I'm sure Kenny Clark would have been on there.
Without a doubt, would have been one.
Leave.
Rashawn Gary spot.
Yeah. Oh, that's fine. It's a good group.
Surprised they went back to the permanent captains for all season.
Oh, but
give them the captain's
can I be
patch.
honest, though? Who wants that work? every week being like, oh, we got to pick captains again. Oh, we got to just leave it alone. The only reason they did it is because what's-his-face got upset about it. Yep.
You say his undies in a bunch?
What? No.
I think she was going to use a different word than undies.
But guys would get upset.
Wait, really?
Oh, that's gross.
No, guys.
That word is the one that upsets
P
you?
word?
Yeah.
Well, I missed the word. What is it?
All right,
Spell
no, I'm not going to spell it. But if you get your undies in the bunch,
Yeah.
what's a different word for undies that starts with a P?
Panties. For girls, though, you're not calling guys underwear panties.
Well, that's why I stopped myself from saying it, because I think it could be considered misogynistic. Like, hit it with your purse. That's obviously...
Why? What do guys call them? My dad used to call them gotchis. I think that's Polish or something.
What? Call them underwear.
Boxers.
Yeah.
Briefs.
Yeah.
Undies.
Whitey tighties.
Yeah.
Call them undies. I call them undies for my girls, but not.
Undies.
I wouldn't say to Chase, hey, can you get your undies out of the dryer, please? Like,
What do you say? Underwear? It's too many syllables.
Can't say what I'd say on the radio, but SH, you know what?
I guess I'm not having that much conversation with my wife at home about the underwear in which we're choosing. I couldn't tell you the last time I had any sort of conversation about underwear outside of, 7 to 9 Monday through Friday.
But notice that no one said underwear. Like, literally just underwear.
You want to know what's embarrassing?
Skids?
No, where there's static electricity and you go to the gym and you don't realize that you got your wife's song attached to your back.
Have you
and then you got to work out when it's stuffed in your pocket.
Well, that's kind of fun.
Have you ever had the old pant leg, either be a sock or a pair of underwear, and you start walking and you're like, what is that?
What is in there?
So you do the little shake.
You do the little shake.
It falls out. You're like, oh no. Yeah.
You mean it fell down from the reach and just above it?
No, never happened.
How did we get here? How did we get to underwear?
We were talking about
Zadarius
Smith, who got upset when he was not named a captain.
Oh, when he got
which
him in
led
a bunch.
to them.
And then we found out that Josh hates the word.
The P word.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
Can I dare to have an actual football conversation around this?
Sure.
Is going back to the captains the traditional way indicative of better leadership amongst the Packers? That they believe now that the leadership there is one that isn't going to have, a malcontent lash out and get a chain made to be a captain.
I think partially, but also when you're consistently the youngest team in the league and you're basically like first, second, third year guys, hard to have captains there.
It's true.
Hard to have like leadership because they're just learning how to play in the league, much less bring anybody else along. Now, even though they're the still youngest team in the league, like Jordan's more established. And yes, you do have McKinney and Jacobs who you brought in last year, but just Tucker Kraft's more established. Like Tucker Kraft wouldn't be ready to be a captain before this year.
No.
If you're going to name official captains. So I think
you think it's less about the leadership of the coaches and whatnot and more about just the way that the players have grown and evolved?
Correct. Because they were so young the last 2 years.
I think it's a unity council where LaFleur can go at the end of practice, hey, can I see the unity council after practice? I need to talk about some things because he hears something happen in the locker room and he wants to know what the hell happened.
Okay.
Instead of having a captain every week and then...
Yeah.
Because we had captains every week, but if he was calling someone up, it was Brett, Reggie, Leroy, and probably Frank. And they didn't have a name.
Why weren't they calling you?
I was going to say it, but I thought
because
maybe
I was usually the one in trouble.
what I was hoping the answer would be.
In a shocking development.
Hard to be a leader when you're the one dragging
Although you could argue he has more FaceTime with the coaches than anyone else. I mean, there is
true.
Maybe something rubbed off. When I need to get somewhere on time, guys, I use AccuTrans Group. They're my trusted ride during football season, and they are a preferred transportation for Green Bay game day here at Good Karma Brands. We rely on them for our partners because we know that they know how to handle everything, from corporate travel and conventions to private events and tailgates. They learn your preferences, they're always on time, and they make booking very simple. A veteran-owned, available 24/7, a first-class experience every single time. Corporate events, concerts, weddings, dances, you name it, they will get you there in style. Book your safe and reliable transportation at AccuTransGroup.com.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy continues next on 94.5 ESPN.
Well, we still have 43 southbound right about at 9th Street. The left lane blocked with a broken down vehicle. Westbound 94, we do have the crash at Hawley Road still being worked on off on the right shoulder. Delays out of the Marquette. And then we've got a broken down vehicle on eastbound 94 right at the ramp from 84th Street. And that seems to be backing things up back through the Zoo interchange. It does continue heavy all the way to 27th Street. Northbound 43 94, we are backing up out of the Mitchell interchange around the Plainfield curve up past Oklahoma Avenue. And check out the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Today, increasing clouds, warmer with a high of 74. Tonight, mostly cloudy with a slight chance of showers mainly to the north and west, a low of 58. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga, 94.5 ESPN.
I've been to my fair share of green and gold games, and the best way to get there is with AccuTrans Group. At Good Karma Brands and ESPN Milwaukee, we use AccuTrans Group to get our partners to and from Green Bay, and it's always first class. From stadiums to concerts and tailgates, your game day fun starts the moment you step on board. Sit back, relax, and let their professional chauffeurs handle the traffic while you enjoy the ride. AccuTrans Group is Milwaukee's premier ground transportation, available 24/7 with sedans, SUVs, limos, vans, and buses. Book today at AccuTransGroup.com.
This is Matt Meitner, owner of Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Do you find yourself talking to your dog but feel like she's not listening to you?
Bella, sit!
Are you constantly repeating yourself but she's not following your directions?
Sit! Sit!
Frustrating, isn't it? At Sit Means Sit Dog Training, we want to help you have a happy, confident, and obedient dog, and we also want to make the training process an enjoyable and worthwhile experience. Contact Sit Means Sit today to schedule a free consultation so we can create a customized training program so you are able to have the dog you want and deserve.
Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Sorry, we don't train husbands, wives, or kids.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen. Tune into the Rich Eisen Show weekdays from 12 to 2, right here on 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Showtime. The right way to start your day. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
At one point, I finally said, "Free, can you finish this after you put on some shorts?"
She ate breakfast naked?
She didn't even want a nap.
I've had bedroom naked. I've had walk to the bathroom naked. I have never had living room naked.
Oh, it's a scene.
It's like you're living in the Playboy Mansion.
So,
Nakedivity, or whatever the word is different to us.
So she coughed.
Coughing? Naked? It's a turnoff, man.
Everything goes with naked.
When you cough, there are thousands of unseen muscles that suddenly spring into action. It's like watching that fat guy catch a cannonball in his stomach in slow motion.
Nakedness? Are you looking for nakedness?
I guess.
I kind of like nakedivity better.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue with Gabe Neitzel and Mark Chamorro. Here's Jen Latta.
Running her mouth, she wants to ride it, she's trying to hide it. I'm cool as ever, she's too excited. Her man look like he wanna fight.
You know, it's funny, there were some injuries that popped up during training camp for the Green Bay Packers on both sides of the ball, but certainly on offense. We had talked about Jordan Love missing time. We had talked about Jaden Reed missing some time, dealing with that foot injury. Dontavian Wicks had a calf at one point. Romeo Doubs had a back injury. They all missed practice here and there. So if they showed up on the field this past week against the Lions and been a little rusty and not been, 100% and not looked great, we wouldn't have been all that shocked. We would have been like, well, what do you expect? They were dealing with injuries all training camp. They weren't able to get up to full speed. But they didn't. They looked fantastic. They looked in sync. They looked in rhythm. And that is a very good sign for a team that has Super Bowl aspirations after the addition of Micah Parsons on the other side of the team. So when you talk about the Packers offense, because we spent a lot of time yesterday talking about the Packers defense, what do you think the ceiling is for this offense? How good can they be? Mina Kimes from ESPN was on, I think it was
NFL Live.
Thank you. Yesterday, live from Soldier Field in advance of last night's Monday Night Football game. Here's what she has to say about the Packers offense.
What did you make of Jordan Love in that offense, Mina?
I loved watching them. It looked a lot like they did when they were at their best last year. Yep. Jordan Love taking shots downfield, play action, spreading the ball around. I think 10 different people caught balls from him. The pass protection was really solid. I was surprised by that, how dominant they were up front. And then Matt LaFleur just has such a great feel for attacking coverages. They were just annihilating their single high coverage, using motion formation to get guys open. But the thing that I want to mention that was a little bit different was how clean the whole separation felt. 0 offensive penalties. Only team in the NFL, by the way, this weekend that had 0, and only 1 drop. We know that was a problem with Green Bay last year, and it wasn't even a bad drop. So I thought, as a whole, just looked extremely ready to play.
What is the biggest advantage for the Packers on the offensive side of the ball this year? Is it Jordan Love taking that step forward? Is it, as Mina referenced, Matt LaFleur, calling a good game plan? Is it the offensive line that kept Jordan clean and was able to give the receivers times? Or is it what she mentioned also, that the receivers hopefully have eliminated the dropsies? Gabe, you can go off the board as well, but what do you consider the biggest advantage for this Packers team?
I thought the way the offensive line played. And which is why I'm a little bit concerned about this game against Washington, because both, again, yesterday was, for the injury report, is an estimation. Packers didn't actually practice, but because they're so close to the game, they have to have the injury report. Both Aaron Banks and Elton Jenkins were listed as did not participate, and they wouldn't have practiced. So that gives me a little bit of concern. But when that offensive line was together in that first half, Jordan didn't have to sweat. There's just nobody near him the way they were able to protect. And if they can stay healthy with their top 6, they can be one of the best offensive units in the league.
Yeah. Pass protection was great. Run blocking, not so great. 3.1 average. Need to get that up. And I know Detroit
the second half was so much better, though, Chew. I know the overall number, but when you look at the second half,
3.1.
But when you look at the second half, when everybody now knows you're running the ball because you're up by a ton, and Josh Jacobs is averaging 4.5 yards per carry in the second half, that even got cleaned up.
I know, but it still wasn't great. You're talking what was great. The rushing attack at 3.1 just wasn't good enough. Now, I would trade that all day long to keep Jordan Love's uniform clean. But getting the running game going is only going to help Love with play action pass and things like that, and it's going to get guys. The thing that I have no concern over is injuries to the receivers, because they're all the same. They're all good. They're not great right now, and even Golden, they're all good. If they get banged up, they can still cycle this through, not change the offense very much. And I thought they all looked good for week 1. Jordan missed some throws. He missed Kraft on that wide deep cross, kind of overshot him by a bunch. I mean, nitpicking. Because, as a player, you shoot for protection. There's things to clean up. But I thought, from a receiver standpoint, they looked better than I thought they would. So,
is that the advantage you think they have then? If the receivers can eliminate the drops, do they give the Packers an advantage? Because, look, we have talked on this program many times about superstars and what we have considered a sort of absence of them for the Green Bay Packers. And I'm not talking about a Zach Tom. I'm talking about skill position player superstars that the other team has to scheme for. Maybe that will be Matthew Golden. I think that is very likely. But is this the advantage that they have, Gabe, the wide receivers, or is it something else? I know you've mentioned it, but is it something else that gives them the leg up? And maybe it could be as simple as it's the sum of the parts.
But when you don't have a superstar, to me, then again, it comes down to the offensive line. Chewy, you guys obviously had Brett, who was a superstar. He was the league MVP. Mm-hmm. But your offensive line was criminally underrated.
Yes.
Criminally underrated.
Yeah.
Because you guys, I gave you a hard time earlier this week about Free and all that, but Robert goes down. Free goes down. You guys still were a very productive offense with Terry Mickens and Don Beebe at wide receiver because of the way the offensive line played to give Brett the time that he needed.
The things that and LaFleur kind of runs his offense kind of the same way we did. McCarthy, not so much. But we changed personnel groupings. I'd love to know how many different personnel groupings. And then you add Christian Watson into the equation, and then you're not afraid to go 4 wides. Right? I mean, 4 wides is dangerous. They want a lot of 2 tight ends, a lot of different sets. When you are that deep at receiver, you don't have to change your game plan. Because where we took a hiccup is when we hit Kansas City and then in Dallas, and we were beat up. And we didn't have the depth at receiver, and that's why, we were starting to question
how dare you disparage D-Amazing like that?
D-Amazing, yeah. Well, he was a lot like me. Always caught the ball in a crowd because he was always in one.
I'm a little nervous.
Yeah. But this receiver group,
backhanded compliment if I ever heard one.
No one's great, but they're going to be able to run his offense the way he wants to run it for the entire.
Okay, I'm a little bit nervous though, Chew, when I hear you say that because it sounds like what we talked about last year, where we were just like lauding the depth of the wide receivers, and we were like, "This is so great! Just roll the next guy in, roll the next guy in," and then it turned out that everybody was just sort of meh, and the drops contributed to that, right?
Yes.
We're not going to sit here and say, but like, I'm a little nervous that we're getting drawn in, we're getting pulled into that same narrative, that same storyline, and it underwhelmed last year.
But look at this, Jen. Take the Detroit Lions. Amos St. Brown goes down and Williamson goes down for a game. What the hell are they doing? We lose Wicks. We lose Wicks and we lose Dobbs. We're still fine. We're still fine.
Again, is anyone else having deja vu?
I'd rather have the studs.
But if they're not on the field, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but okay, no. Would you rather have two guys, or would you rather have two studs, or just a bunch of guys?
I rather have, and this is what we were, Gabe. We had one superstar on offense. Would you agree with that? We had one superstar, and then everyone else was good. That's hard to stop.
Free was really good. Robert was coming off of the biggest year any wide receiver had in the history of the Green Bay Packers.
I'd love to relitigate 96 more, but we got to get Jeff Elvering.
Sorry, Jeff.
Sorry.
I won't apologize to Josh, though.
So you were very specific about who that apology was aimed at.
Are you guys broken up?
For your next night out, revel in the fusion, artistry, and flavor with sushi at St. Kate. It offers guests an elevated experience where freshness and creativity converge in every bite. St. Kate, the Arts Hotel, introduces the addition of a new sushi menu to its culinary repertoire. So go to St. Kate. Enjoy the sushi. And you can learn more at stkatearts.com. That's stkatearts.com. Jeff Levering coming up next on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today. More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
Big delays. Southbound on 43.
Okay,
just
sounds good.
Round Deer Road all the way down past Capitol Drive, where there is the left lane blocked with a broken down vehicle. So heads up with that. Westbound 94 slowing from about 25th Street to Mitchell Boulevard. And then again from Highway 100 into Waukesha County past Elm Grove Road. We do have eastbound 94 at 84th Street. A broken down vehicle off on the left shoulder. Seems to not exactly be causing the issue. However, just a lot of volume. Going to slow things down from the zoo all the way through the stadium interchange. We've got northbound on 4394 at Howard Avenue with a crash on the left shoulder, backing things up through the Mitchell interchange. And then another crash, 894 westbound, just west of 27th Street. It's off on the right shoulder. Looks like it's a semi that is getting hooked up to a tow truck, possibly. So careful with those delays. Traffic is brought to you by Comfort Awnings. Extend your outdoor space with a retractable awning or screen like I did with my friends at Comfort Awnings. Custom designed to fit your home. Get your free estimate at comfortawnings.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm King forecast.
In Wisconsin, where everything is better at the lake. Dive into endless outdoor activities, including boating, fishing, and paddleboarding on the serene Delavan Lake. Tee off at the lakeside Majestic Oaks Golf Course, or unwind in the award-winning Calidora Spa. Enjoy gourmet meals at 1878 on the lake, casual bites at the Lookout Bar and Eatery, and sweet treats at the Isle of Capri Cafe. Explore Delavan Lake's stunning shores and historic landmarks from the comfort of their 76-foot cruise boat, the Lake Lawn Queen. Book your stay today at LakeLawnResort.com.
It's WTMJ's Debbie Lazaga for Comfort Awnings. I reclaim my outdoor space by having Comfort Awnings install a motorized retractable awning so I can enjoy the sun and get relief when I need it. Sensors are also available that detect strong winds and rain to extend or retract your awning. They even protect against UV radiation so you can safely enjoy the outdoors. Family owned and located in Burlington, Comfort Awnings expertly installs custom awnings that fit your home and style. Right now, you can receive $250 off all awnings and screens. Call 414-AWNINGS or visit comfortawnings.com.
Pull up to Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee and shoot your shot at big wins for Sweet Ticket September. Play with your rewards card for entries. Score triple on Drawing Thursday. Win slam dunk prizes like cash, reward play, and tickets to see the Milwaukee Bucks in action. Sweet Ticket September. You ready for this? Only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Thinking about buying or building a new home? Start with a mortgage pre-approval from Great Midwest Bank and experience a state of tranquility. At Great Midwest Bank, we offer fast approvals and flexible options with experienced loan officers who understand the local market, because they live here too. Whether you're breaking ground for new construction or buying that dream home just around the corner, we'll guide you every step of the way. Bank with confidence and start your journey at greatmidwestbank.com. Great Midwest Bank, your simply local equal housing lender.
You're listening to Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Any of those things because it exceeds. It's like. I'm sorry, I'm burping up my apple right there. That's what that was. I wasn't pausing for effect. I literally was burping
All right, can we just go to break?
No.
On 94.5 ESPN. It's time to hear from the voice of the Brewers.
Fly ball to deep right. It is back. Soto back. Out of here!
Jeff Levering is brought to you by the Neurospine Center of Wisconsin. Go where the pros go to fix all your back pain. Visit them today at neurospine.com.
Appreciate a little Huey Lewis in the news to bring me in today. Love that. Thank you. And I love Huey Lewis in the news, so I'm all about it.
Jeff Levering on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Well, first of all, who doesn't, right? I mean, come on. Jeff Levering is presented by Neurospine Center of Wisconsin. Jeff, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great, thanks. The sun is shining down in the heart of Texas today.
Deep in the heart of Texas. I know that the Brewers got shut out yesterday, but I want to go back just a little bit to the last time Mizorowski was on the mound this past weekend. What did you see from him? How are we feeling from a confidence level about the young hurler?
I would say that he passed his last test with flying colors. Walked the first two hitters. Chris Hook goes out there, talks to him, and then he has two-ball counts for the rest of the ball game. So just utterly dominant performance from Jacob Mizorowski. And I thought it spoke a lot to the confidence in him to run him out there for the seventh inning. I talked to Pat Murphy about that yesterday during our pregame show. And I said, were there any conversations about having him be done after six? He goes, no. He wanted the ball in the seventh inning, and that showed us a lot. And we're gonna let him eat. And this is a really good thing for this staff. And I tell you, the Brewers pitching staff has pitched into the seventh inning, or at least through six, each of the whole time through the rotation, really helping out that bullpen. They really stepped up when they needed it.
Jeff, I see Rhys Hoskins is back. What do you think the plan is with him moving forward?
Well, I believe he's going to be activated today. Today was kind of the drop dead day that his rehab assignment was going to end. And for Rhys, I think it's a big deal. You love to have that presence in the lineup at some point. You know, Andrew Vaughn swinging the bat exceptionally well at first base, but to have a bat like Rhys Hoskins available to you on the bench late in a ball game, or even to start a ball game over at first base, I think it's a really big deal. The Brewers have been kind of clamoring for some power, but I know in August it showed up. September it's still there. But it's good to have Rhys back, and it's great to have his presence in the clubhouse too. He's a guy who's been there, who's done that over the course of his career in the postseason and in these stretch runs. It's great to have him back.
Jeff, Isaac Collins got a little bit of time at third base yesterday. I know he'd been taking some ground balls during early work, was an infielder coming up in the minors before he eventually made that switch to outfield. Is that kind of more for future Isaac Collins and giving him versatility, or could he potentially play some meaningful innings at third base either the rest of this month or into the postseason?
I think it could be a little preview of something to come there for Isaac Collins, because remember the reason Anthony Siegler was on this roster was for him to play third base and hit from the left side of the plate. Well, now that you've got Churio healthy, you run Perkins out there in center, you got Frelick in right field, maybe you run Yelich out there in left. There's not a lot of space for Isaac Collins. So you want to try and create some space for him. Third base is the spot where you could potentially have that space for him. Hit against some tough righties, tough matchups for Caleb Durbin. But you got to try and create a spot for Isaac Collins. So maybe that is third base. That's not a bad option to have. And if Isaac Collins, a potential rookie of the year candidate, is the guy who's sitting on your bench, means your roster's pretty deep, and that's a really good thing. But nonetheless, I think that you could see Isaac Collins over at third base a little bit more in the future.
Jeff Levering hanging out with Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. We catch up with him every week to talk about your Brew Crew. It is brought to you by Neurospine Center of Wisconsin. Jeff, Jose Quintana looked really, really good until he didn't yesterday. How do you envision them using him in a postseason run?
Yeah, he was perfect through four. And then a drop pop up leads to a walk, and then the snowball kind of happens, and he threw one bad pitch and an 0-2 count, and it's a grand slam, and that's the difference in the ball game. Listen, he has been there and done that in the postseason, Jen. I think that he has a great repertoire. He has had some moments where the command just kind of loses it for a little bit, so you worry about that. But the way that the Brewers starting rotation is right now, if you're playing the future game and you spread things out, I'm not sure where he fits other than like a middle relief type of role. If someone struggles at the beginning of a ball game, you could come in and give you some bulk in that potential situation. But the way that it is right now, how can you not go with in a 5 game series with the off days? How do you not run with a Woodruff, a Peralta, Priester, and Mizorowski? I mean, those are the horses that I feel like those are the guys that are going to be in your starting rotation in the postseason. But Quintana is a really good option to have if you feel more confident with matchups and want a left-handed pitcher out there. He's a really good option to have.
Jeff, how is Trevor McGill's rehab progressing?
Going really well. It seems as if he's going to be activated sooner rather than later, which is a good thing for him. I mean, he threw a long bullpen, 30 pitches or so a couple days ago. You're probably looking a few days away. So hopefully next homestand, I think that's the goal for Trevor McGill. And it would be great to have him back. I know Abner Uribe's done a really nice job, but having those two horses at the back end of your bullpen really does a nice job of shortening that ball game.
Jeff, I know Christian talked about it a little bit yesterday before the game, but there was a little bit of a panic going through Brewers fan base when he was unable to play because of the back injury. Are those 3 days off going to be good for him the rest of the way, or is he still going to have to take, and again, he's going to have an off day here or there, but is he going to have to take another extended 2-3 day break, you think, before the playoffs?
I mean, if last night was any indication, he hit the ball over 100 miles an hour every single time he came to the plate yesterday. He was nuking balls, so I think he's going to be just fine. But I would say that he's going to be good the rest of the way, just because of the built-in off days that the Brewers have in September. They're going to be off on Thursday. They're going to be off again on Monday, and then the following Thursday after that. So there's plenty of time for him to get the rest that he needs. There might be some matchups where he takes a day off. The Brewers are still fighting for that number 1 seed. They want that first round bye. They want to win the division. It's a 7.5 game lead over the Cubs right now, and those games are starting to dwindle. But once everything is all said and done, you could see some of these guys taking some days before the end of the regular season. But there are built-in days off for him anyway.
All right, Jeff, take us inside that clubhouse. Give us a vibe check. How are the guys doing? Have you noticed any sort of pressure starting to ramp up, or have you seen that they've been able to just maintain that? I know we've talked about the underdog mentality, but just maintain this. Let's go out and have fun. Let's play some baseball attitude.
Yeah, it is. It's stayed pretty consistent since about May. I mean, they were grinding there for a little while, but ever since the middle of May, this clubhouse has been the same, no matter what. During the 14-game winning streak, you wouldn't know they won 14 straight games. When they lost 4 straight games, you wouldn't know they lost 4 straight games. It is as even keel as a clubhouse as you can find, and that's a really good attitude. But these guys get what's going on. They're excited. There may have been a couple of champagne bottles that popped into the clubhouse at some point that are just sitting in the auxiliary training room that are just kind of, because the potential to clinch in Texas is here. I mean, it's the magic number is 3. So there are some champagne bottles that are lingering. I'll just put it that way. You just got to be ready just in case.
So it's going to be celebrate the playoff clinching, celebrate potentially division, celebrate number 1 seed?
I mean, if there's an opportunity to celebrate, wouldn't you take that opportunity?
Well, I'm just
matter what it
sure.
is.
I want to have my checklist ready, Jeff, just so I know when to pop the champagne of beers at home.
I like it. Yes. Yeah. Just be ready. Just be ready for whenever the celebrations come. Be ready. And I think that in today's day and age, and we are so lucky as Brewers fans to have had the success that we have had over this stretch, right? Going to the playoffs 6 to 7 years, winning the division 3 different times. You could win the division for a 3rd straight season. You're only a couple of days away from doing that. Celebrate the moments. Celebrate every single one of them, because you don't know when it's going to happen again.
Okay, so you mentioned Brewer fans. A producer for Unsportsmanlike here on ESPN Milwaukee, plays on ESPN, the network. He is a Phillies fan, and He was asking Brewers fans last week if we knew we had the best team in baseball because he was disappointed, apparently, in the crowds of the games he was watching. Can you just set the record straight, please, for Pat Costello about how good Brewers fans are?
They're amazing. I mean, I hear every fan base say they're the best fan base in baseball, or best fan base in football, or best fan base in basketball. But these Brewer fans are amazing. All you have to do is look in the summer when they were selling out 7 of 8 ball games. Those crowds were jammed. Now, I know school's back in session and it's tough to get to the ball game in the middle of the week, but Brewers fans are the absolute best. Down here in Texas, there are tons of Brewers fans down here for this series against the Rangers. When we were in Pittsburgh, it was a third filled with Brewers fans. They travel so well and they show up at home. And these guys in the clubhouse, it doesn't go unnoticed. They get it. They absolutely get what this fan base does for them.
Yeah. And you know one thing Brewers fans don't do that Phillies fans do? Take baseballs away from little kids.
Yeah!
Right?
Yeah, but that was Phillies on Philly fan crime. That was wild.
Yeah.
It was.
You don't see Brewer fan on Brewer fan crime,
No.
Jen. We stick up for
No.
each other.
That's right.
Yeah, we do. You probably split the ball in half and go, "Oh, you want to split these? Let's split these. Come on, guys. We could do this. That's okay. We'll find it out."
Take the pocket knife out and then just, slice it in
Yeah.
half. Yeah, that's the way we do it.
Let's go halvesies on this, okay? Sounds good. Thanks.
If the playoffs ended, or if the playoffs started, if the regular season ended today, the Brewers, of course, do have that number 1 seed. They would play the winner of the Cubs versus the Padres. Preferences there? Would you like the Padres to knock the Cubbies out there, Jeff? Or do you want the Brewers to go head-to-head with the foe from Illinois?
I want the Cubs. I want all of that Cubs hatred. I want all of it. I think that's a great series. The Padres scare me a little bit because their roster is deep. They've got great pitching. Their bullpen is insane. I think the Brewers know that they can beat the Cubs. They've done it before, even though they lost the season series. Plus, they'd have home field advantage. The Brewers do go to San Diego in a week and a half, so you're going to get a nice little litmus test with what you got going on with the Padres out there in San Diego. But I just think for the drama of it all, I think it would be great to play the Cubs in the playoffs.
Can you imagine the boos
Personally.
Craig would get?
Yeah.
Like for a playoff series?
There's no halvesies in that series.
Hopefully the crowd isn't halvesies. Hopefully,
Yeah, I don't
Brewers
think it
fans
would be.
fill
See,
the,
I think in the playoffs it would. I don't think Brewers fans are selling their tickets to Cubs fans in that circumstance.
No, standing room only.
Jeff,
Yeah.
we really appreciate you hanging out with us. Safe travels to you, sir, and we will talk to you again next time.
You got it. Talk to you next week, guys.
Jeff Levering is presented by Neurospine Center of Wisconsin. The Brewers, of course, are unconditionally relentless.
Guys, I'm telling you, if you're planning to make plans to propose to that special someone in life, you already know what I'm going to say. Chewy and I keep telling you about the Jewelry Center. They're the best place to shop for diamond engagement rings in Milwaukee for a reason. That reason, the great team that is never going to lead you astray that they have assembled, whether you go to Greenfield, Brookfield, or in Burlington. Maybe browse online, shoptjc.com if you have an idea. If you don't, take a look at our Pinterest page, bring some of those ideas in, and that helpful team that Dean the Dancing Machine has put together is always going to make sure that you make that dream ring a reality. Whether we're talking about naturally mined diamonds, lab-grown diamonds, the only place for diamond engagement rings in Milwaukee is the Jewelry Center, Greenfield, Brookfield, or in Burlington. Online, shoptjc.com.
More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
Northbound on 4394 at Howard Avenue. The left lane is blocked with a crash. So that's backing things up into the Mitchell interchange. So careful with that. Still very heavy on southbound 43 from just south of Brown Deer Road all the way down past Capitol. Now, we did have an earlier disabled bus that was blocking the left lane. That's now gone. So those delays will start working themselves out. Eastbound 94, we got delays out of the Zoo interchange through the stadium. We got the westbound side backing up from about 25th Street to about Mitchell Boulevard. And watch the usual delays on 41 southbound from Appleton Avenue all the way down past Capitol Drive. Traffic is brought to you by Dick & Schroff Heating and Cooling, now hiring HVAC installers and service technicians. Join a winning positive team culture that sets them apart. Apply today at dickandschroff.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today. Increasing clouds, warmer with a high of 74. Tonight, mostly cloudy, slight chance for showers, mainly to the north and west of Milwaukee, a low of 58. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga, 94.5 ESPN.
Back to school means back to savings with Exterior Pros and Baths. Right now, get $3,000 off your roofing, your siding, your windows, or your bath project during the fall savings event. Don't wait. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com to claim your $3,000 savings and book your free estimate. Exterior Pros and Baths, Wisconsin's trusted home improvement experts. Trust the pros.
For your next night out, revel in the fusion of artistry and flavor with Sushi at St. Kate, offering guests an elevated experience where freshness and creativity converge in every bite. St. Kate the Arts Hotel introduces an exciting new sushi menu to its culinary repertoire. Indulge in the finest seafood, freshest ingredients, and expert craftsmanship for an inspired and delectable dining journey. Experience the art of sushi at St. Kate and learn more at stkatearts.com.
It's Jason Wilde from Wilde & Tausch. Upgrade your industrial supply services with Lakeland Supply, your trusted ISO certified partner for custom packaging, shipping supplies, janitorial, and safety supply solutions. With over 40 years of industry excellence, Lakeland Supply is a proven one-stop source with over 95% of their products made in the U.S., and they treat their customers like family. Personalized service with a national reach. That's what Lakeland Supply does. Visit lakelandsupply.com to discover how they can make your business better.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher here, and the Pickler Menominee Falls is now open. Your home for pickleball. 9 premium indoor courts with unlimited play, leagues, tournaments, and clinics all included in your membership. Sign up today for open play spots or check out Learn to Play sessions and clinics. Members get 4 clinics a month included. Memberships start at just $119 a month. Check out all the options at thepickler.com. That's PICKLR.com. And I'll see you on the court.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Game Night, so for Events by Design. Events like appreciation parties and retreats can go a long way towards boosting morale and retaining top talent. Events by Design is your go-to creative partner for employee events that truly make an impact. They help leaders retain top talent by making their people feel seen, valued, and celebrated. The creative team at Events by Design does all the planning and production, making sure things not only look great, but also work. Make a smart investment in your culture today. Search online, Events by Design. They design, you party.
For every athlete, every fan. Whether you're suiting up your team or rallying your fan base, Alpha Custom Apparel brings fresh, affordable designs to the field, court, or stands. We outfit schools, clubs, leagues, and fans with gear that turns heads and builds pride. Need uniforms, spirit wear, or fan merch in a hurry? Our quick turnaround and unbeatable Midwest-based service means you'll be ready for game day in style. Quality designs, comfortable fits, local service you can trust. Create with us at alphacustomapparel.com.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Here, you can just save yourself so much time by going, okay, we like this guy, this guy, this guy. Let's take a look at all the different things he did at the combine. I just hit my phone, and now my hand is just tingling.
No, what's with you two today? Jesus. Do you know how to function?
I just like...
On 94.5 ESPN.
If you're buying or building a new home, Great Midwest Bank will help guide you every step of the way. We know Great Midwest Bank will take care of you if you need the best options. So when you're ready for your next big life decision, get fast and flexible mortgage pre-approvals straight from Great Midwest Bank's experienced and, most importantly, local loan officers. From start to finish, you can bank with confidence. Great Midwest Bank is your simply local equal housing lender. See all of their customizable products at greatmidwestbank.com.
It's Chewy's favorite segment of the week.
Hey, big guy, you catch the game?
It's Power Rankings time on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Did you catch the game last night? Can I say yes to you?
What will the big guy have in store for us today?
See the game last night?
Which game?
Any of them.
Hey!
Okay. Finally here, Real Power Rankings. I like the list except one hiccup.
Ooh.
It's actually a really good list, except one hiccup.
Can we do something fun quick?
Sure.
Can we guess where the Chicago Bears are?
You may.
I've got them at 26.
24.
Whoa.
Jen?
18.
24.
Oh, wow.
24.
Nailed it.
Let's go.
Hey, you should Costanza.
Might be the last one I get.
All right, let's kick it off.
All right.
Number 10.
I got the Buccaneers at number 10. And I actually would think about putting them higher, but the way that the list shook out, that's where they landed.
I said they snuck the Steelers in at 10.
Jen is correct. Tampa Bay Buccaneers are number 10. I watched a good amount of that game. Abuka's good.
Very.
I'm sleeping on Atlanta.
What?
No, I'm not sleeping on them.
I thought we weren't supposed to sleep on Atlanta.
Tampa Bay, they're okay.
They looked okay.
They look fine. Playoff team, maybe. Just because that division,
they're the favorites in that division.
I'm very confident they'll be a playoff team. I really like Baker.
Kind of solid.
But he's fun to watch, man. Like, that's the thing is, even if he struggles, there's that opportunity that he's going to have that boom play at the end.
I'm glad he's not the quarterback of my team.
I came away more impressed with Michael Penix in that one, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was a big step forward for him.
Yeah.
It's still weird watching the lefty ball.
Yeah, that is.
But if you watch the mirror, have you ever seen when they like reverse it? It looks like fine.
It looks normal?
Yeah, when they like mirror it and they make him look like a right-handed quarterback.
But there is a difference coming because the point changes.
Oh, I'm
when
sure.
a lefty throws it, so it's like opposite. It's like a left-footed punter. It's different.
Or like the toilets in Australia.
Why? What happened?
Oh, okay. This is a joke, and if you don't,
Why?
Don't worry about it.
The best toilets are in Japan, hands down. But that's about all they
You're
got.
too big for Japan.
But it's got all the buttons on it.
You can get that in America.
You can?
Yeah.
You could have one shipped to your house.
Well, he couldn't. He's not allowed to use Amazon. So.
Fair. 9. Give me 9.
Rams.
I'll go. Ooh, good guess. I'll go with Lions at number 9.
The Los Angeles Chargers are number 9.
Did not have them on my radar.
I thought about.
All right, should they be higher though?
I think giving them a healthy suspicion is still worth it.
It's the Chargers.
But they
I know,
looked
but
good.
They beat Kansas City.
Sure, but like the Chargers are going to charge her. It's one game. Like, good for them. Like,
They're the inverse
still the
of the
Chargers.
Chiefs.
Yeah.
Until they prove they can actually keep winning.
Okay.
We have to believe they're probably going to start losing.
Playoff team. That's about get there. I don't know what they do, but a playoff team.
Exactly. That's the thing.
Just
Like,
get
that's
there.
why I would put them
I
higher.
would agree. 8.
I'm nervous about this one. How about the Lions?
Bengals.
Detroit Lions. Ooh. Gabe, you're getting worked a little bit. Down 2. Fair. They were at 5 preseason, dropping 3.
Yeah, I mean they probably look the worst.
But would you put the Chargers in front of them, or no?
It's one game.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I was trying to tell you yesterday. You're like, oh, where's the Lombardi? Give him the trophy.
Hey, no one said that.
He was insinuating.
You really like to hear what you want to hear.
Hey,
have we gotten a schizophrenia?
This is between A and B, so see your way out of it, all right?
You're having whole conversations that all of us are missing.
Gabe's down 2. Gabe is down 2. Give me number 7.
Crap. It was Buccaneers, Chargers, Lions, right?
Buccaneers,
How about
Chargers,
the Commanders at number 7?
Yeah, that's what I have, the commies.
The Los Angeles Rams.
Oh, the Rams were higher.
7.
Wow.
They beat the Texans. Texans.
Where are the
supposed to
Texans
be
on the
better.
power rankings list?
Ooh.
It's kind of an ugly game, though.
Very ugly. But that's what we call preseason. 16.
16 for the Texans.
Yes.
Got it.
Okay, number 6.
I'll go commies here.
Oh, shoot. I have to go Washington here as well. I don't have them any higher on the list.
It is Washington. That game was kind of ugly. Still put up 407.
The Giants are stinky.
Yeah.
That offensive line.
Is he going to get canned? Dable?
Yes.
Yeah, he probably should.
You think they're going to move on from Russ?
But they should.
I think we're going to see Jackson Dart quicker than they thought.
Yeah.
The problem with putting Jackson Dart in is that offensive line is real bad, and you are just potentially sacrificing your first-round pick.
Well, that goes back to the quote that was circulating on social media this week, which was, franchises fail top quarterbacks more often than top quarterbacks fail. It might have been young quarterbacks or whatever the adjective was, more often than they fail the franchise, and that would be a perfect example of that.
I know it's one game, but did they make a mistake on Daniel Jones? Because Daniel Jones lit it up.
In Indy.
In Indy.
We've got a lot of Daniel Jones history.
We got a lot of data points.
I am looking, again, good for Indy. I look at that game more as, holy bleep, are the Dolphins terrible? Are Jen's Dolphins bad?
Yeah, they are. By proxy.
I really had high hopes. I really did. But wow,
It's only
those
one
gone
game.
out the window.
But I think we know where they're going to be at the end of the
Mike
day.
McDaniel's first coach fired. No
Yes.
question.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
That was ugly.
Like when you have, especially after the game, Tua's maybe this will help us. I don't know. All right.
But who?
Sick, bro.
And I always had a problem with it. Who anointed him?
Tua or McDaniel?
McDaniel.
Well, he came
Sean
from
McVay.
that coaching tree, right? That was the
Kyle
big
Shanahan.
thing.
And
All
that's
these
why-
guys who have had all the success.
Yeah.
So they considered him a savant of sorts.
He had number one offenses or really good offenses for 2 years.
Yeah. And then guys like Josh thought he was cool because he was vaping on the sideline.
Yeah.
I did not ever. I've been anti Mike McDaniel. That's on the record.
All right, 4.
We're at 5.
We're at 5.
This is where I have your Green Bay Packers.
That's great, but who are the chefs?
The chefs are 5.
Whoa.
The chefs are 5.
Now, you have been Chef's guy.
Yeah. Look, I think the Chiefs should be higher. I would always put the Chiefs higher until somebody actually, knocks them out. But got to play the game. So
Fair. 4.
Put 'em at
5. 4.
Yeah, I mean, GBP.
Ravens.
The Packers are 4.
You thought the Packers
Which
would be
I
3?
thought was the little glitch. That's the one thing I didn't like because I think they should be 3.
But the Ravens lost by 1 point to the Bills.
Yeah, don't give up 41 points.
Yeah, but you lost.
By
And
1.
the Packers
And you
won
gave up
convincingly.
41?
But doesn't
Yeah.
that seem like the window between the Bills
But
and the
here's-
Ravens is small?
Here's Mr. Consistency.
Thank you for your service.
Packers beat the Lions,
Yep.
and the Lions were preseason ranked higher than them, and then the Lions dropped farther below. Why wasn't it the same with the Chargers?
Well, but the Lions, again, had field goal, late, meaningless touchdown. The Ravens still put up 40 points.
No. I'm talking.
Yeah, it turns out
I'm
defense
talking
is also
Chargers.
a part of the game.
Chargers beat.
Well, then the Bills can't be on
Chefs.
this list either.
Chargers beat the Chefs. Why aren't the Chargers ahead of the Chefs? There's too much chef love. I'm telling you. Sorry, Chef Ed, but there's way too much chef love.
That's your guy.
Who, Chef Ed?
Andy.
Yeah, too much love.
Chef Ed is absolutely going to appreciate being shouted out here on the show, so thank you for that.
Tree.
Well, then 3's got to be the
Ravens.
Ravens. Was that a choke?
Yeah.
Okay. 2.
Eagles. Oh,
What?
I said
AO
Eagles
Buffalo.
and he said Bills.
Eagles are 2.
Oh, really?
Yes. And AO
Is number 1.
See, now this is such bull, though, the more I think about
I
it.
thought you liked the list.
No, but if it was last year and Kansas City won, they would have Kansas City at 1.
Correct. Yeah, the Eagles should be 1. They won.
I agree. So there were 2 glitches, actually. You got smoke
Actually,
chopped.
there's 3 glitches, and it's one of them is sitting right
No,
here.
but you smoked them. I think it was like 4-1. What's wrong with you?
I told you. Jen told me to leave. I should have. After I got the Bears
that's true.
right.
He nailed the Bears spot.
Should have left on top. One for one.
Showmanship?
Yeah,
Showmanship.
exactly. Just, again, Jen would have been much better without me here.
Expected a little more from a varsity letterman. All right, that was a good list. I thought overall a good list.
It doesn't matter what age you are. Low testosterone can be an issue with any guy. That's why I keep telling you about Mentality. I have been using them for years, and really it has changed me. It's changed my life because I was tired, groggy, just didn't feel like myself. Thought, okay, waking up earlier, getting older, just how it is. But it doesn't have to be that way. With Mentality, if you're feeling those symptoms, they're all signs of low testosterone, and they can help you. If you go through their process, go to the website, mentalityhealth.com/radio, mentalityhealth.com/radio. Book an appointment. Go through the process. Testosterone levels are low. They will come up with a customized testosterone treatment plan just for you. And every 12 to 13 weeks, you go back to make sure that your levels are exactly where they need to be. It's not one size fits all. So you can increase strength, shake fatigue, sleep better, and lose weight with Mentality. Go to mentalityhealth.com/radio. Mentality allows treatment to fit into every guy's lifestyle. Learn more. mentalityhealth.com/radio.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy are back after this on 94.5 ESPN. All day, every day. The Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you.
First off, there is not one team that's on the fringe that scares me.
800-990-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more.
Quarterback Jordan Love isn't just on the Packers. He's also on the American Family Insurance team. Because like us, he believes in dreaming fearlessly.
Just chase your dreams and don't let nobody hold you back.
And we help protect those dreams with the right coverage so you can
dream fearlessly.
American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Hey, it's Jen Latta, and I just had my walk-in closet redesigned by Closets by Design. Doug and his team in Mequon were amazing, from the first consultation to the final install, and now I have a beautiful, organized space for all of my clothes. They really brought my vision to life. Locally owned with the backing of a trusted national brand, they deliver expert design with a personal touch. Get 40% off plus an extra 15% off, and take advantage of 18-month free financing. Visit closetsbydesign.com or call 1-800-BY-DESIGN. And don't forget to tell them Jen from Jen, Gabe, and Chewy sent you.
With a dedicated Milwaukee team, Fifth Third Bank knows what success looks like. For 15 years, we've been serving businesses, organizations, and individuals in the area with a long-standing commitment to the healthcare and not-for-profit sectors. Whether it's expansion to commercial payments, Fifth Third offers a full suite of financial services and solutions to navigate your organization's complex needs. Experience the difference with Fifth Third Bank. National Association. Custom solutions built around your goals. Member FDIC.
Hi, I'm Jim Frucci, Managing Partner and PGA Professional at Morningstar Golfers Club, and I'd like to personally invite you to play your next round of golf at Morningstar. Lush green fairways, velvet smooth greens, magnificent vistas from high above our championship golf course. Morningstar was created with the serious golfer in mind, and it continues to be the public course by which all other area public courses are measured. Book your tee time today and reserve a spot on our membership wait list. Come out and see what all of Southeast Wisconsin's been talking about. Hey, you've played the rest. Now play the best.
Summertime is the time for all the big events. Weddings, milestone birthdays, even corporate events. Elevate every event with Noble Catering, a premier craft caterer in southeastern Wisconsin, preferred by over 30 venues. Noble Catering is also the exclusive caterer of Villa Terrace, an east side event treasure. And coming in 2026, Noble's new headquarters, a 400-person event venue in the heart of Bayview called Brixton's Turn. Book them for your event at noblecateringco.com.
Paying extra for tire care is BS. You know, bad service. So at Midas, we're rolling out our BS-free tire guarantee, included with paid installation and tax on every purchase. You'll pay nothing for flat replacements, nada for flat repairs, and zilch for tire rotations every 5,000 miles. That's $0 for all that. So with this limited lifetime tire guarantee, you'll pay a whole lot of nothing compared to what the other guys charge for tire care. That's the BS-free tire guarantee, only at Midas.
Whoa, it's you, the Capital One Bank guy.
That's what they call me.
Mind if I get a selfie?
Yeah, sure thing. Say no fees or minimums on your Capital One checking account.
Wow, that's a keeper. So, where are you heading?
I'm off to spread the good news that Capital One helps people keep more money in their wallet with no overdraft fees.
Oh, you're the best Capital One Bank guy.
Hey, mind if I get a selfie?
Sure.
Say, Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
Two perennial women's college volleyball powers meet Wednesday, September 17th at Pfizer Forum. Be there as Marquette and Wisconsin take the court. The last time they played in 2023, over 17,000 fans attended the match. Make plans now to see these in-state rivals on Wednesday, September 17th, starting at 8 p.m. Limited tickets remain. Don't wait. Go to Ticketmaster.com/Marquette and secure your seats for college volleyball action at Pfizer Forum.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Come on, guys. Let's think about this. Could you do 50 straight days of burgers?
That was very condescending. I just
no,
want to be clear.
That's not.
Let's put our heads together.
Again, I have children. I know condescending when I hear it.
Come on,
on 94.5 ESPN.
This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. You know, we turn to some funny places for support when we're going through it, and our friends, well, they mean well, but not everyone is a therapist. Not everyone is the one. But you can find your right match with BetterHelp. BetterHelp has quality therapists. They work according to a strict code of conduct and are fully licensed in the United States. They do an initial matching work for you so that you can focus on your therapy goals. You just fill out a short questionnaire. It helps identify your needs and your preferences. And their 10-plus years of experience and industry-leading match fulfillment rate means they will typically get it right the first time. But listen, if they don't, and you don't love the therapist that you've been paired with, you can change therapists at any time. It's super convenient as well. You can join a session with the click of a button. It fits therapy into your busy life, and you can switch, as I mentioned, at any time. It's the largest online therapy provider in the world. And look, I know that everybody has challenges, struggles they're navigating. If you find yourself overwhelmed, think about BetterHelp. Our listeners get 10% off their first month at BetterHelp.com/timeout. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/timeout.
The offense couldn't move the ball after the first drive. Caleb Williams does not look any better than he did last year.
No.
He does not look like he processes the field any better than he did last year. Ben Johnson made some mistakes. There was penalties. There was a bad call, which we can't blame. The not kicking it out of bounds at the end of the game to save some more time. It was just a mess.
Oh, that's our pal Big Cat, noted Chicago Bears fan. Recapping the Bears' loss to the Vikings last night on Monday Night Football. I thought it was a pretty accurate analysis, if I'm being honest, Gabe.
Yeah. You can always count on Big Cat to be very, very honest about his own team, which I appreciate.
God, it's so important to have good coaches on your staff.
Well, but they think Ben Johnson is a good coach,
No,
right?
I'm saying assistant coaches. Because as a head coach, you get pulled away in so many different directions. Because Holmgren called the offense, but there were times that he would get pulled away and have to do head coach things, and then Sherm Lewis would have to install, you know? And if you're not, if the guys under you are not, and I'm not saying everyone needs to be, but you need a core of really, really good coaches to keep the ship together.
Again, it's just such a different job. And Ben Johnson messed up head coaching last night.
Yeah.
Game situation, 2:02 left. They score. They're down 3. They only have 2 timeouts, so they need that 2-minute warning. He told his kicker to kick it deep, and kicker didn't kick it out of the back of the end zone. Vikings were able to return it out of the end zone,
but you know what?
Burn the 2-minute timeout.
I know,
but how much of it was what happened before that with the players? Like, some of it was on the offense, right? For not being able to move the ball as efficiently as they needed to save that.
Sure, but you still have an opportunity if you go onside kick or kick it out of bounds. You can save that 2-minute timeout.
Yeah.
And you can give your offense a chance to get the ball back. And he elected not to do that.
Want it back
so
in time.
He burned that opportunity to have that timeout.
Can I ask a question?
Please.
Yeah.
Which team in the NFC North has a new quarterback next? Because I'm voting the Chicago Bears.
Yeah.
I mean, McCarthy's still early, but yeah, he would be the leader in the clubhouse.
Yeah, I would say.
This is barring injury, of course.
Yeah,
right.
I would say it's Chicago, then Detroit, Minnesota, Green Bay. That's how I'm ranking it.
That's how I would rank them.
I mean, again, the other thing, and I know that there are people who don't want to buy into this, but after reading that article that Ty Dunn did on just the dysfunction in Chicago, and of course, Chicago Bears fans are hopeful that the dysfunction left town when that coaching staff left town. I'm not so sure. I think there's some major dysfunction surrounding that quarterback.
Yeah. A lot of dysfunction also starts from the top down. So when you retain the GM and your CEO and president is still the same, as they've kind of retained all those people through the organization, I think a lot of that dysfunction, because it was allowed to happen under that regime, are going to allow dysfunction to continue.
So like Kevin Warren then?
Yeah.
That's the one.
Yeah. Him, Ryan Poles, yeah.
All these bad franchises blow my mind, because wouldn't you, what the hell I would be like, all right, who should we copy? Let's copy San Fran. Let's copy Philly. Let's copy Green Bay. And you pilfer their staff. That's what Holmgren did to us when he went to Seattle.
Detroit was fantastic, so going with the Ben Johnson route, again, makes sense. But when you have dysfunction in your front office with those two running the show,
yeah,
I think it's hard for the coaching staff to flourish. Like, they could have made the right decision, but because they have dysfunction within the organization,
yeah,
it's tough for the head coach to overcome all that.
And we love it.
Yes,
Just
we do.
enjoying the hell out of it this morning.
The level of Schartenfarter I felt watching Caleb just check the ball down and then go one read and panic and start running around. Oh. He hasn't developed a lick. He did nothing. He's playing tiddlywinks in the offseason.
It's like John Lovitz in The Wedding Singer when he's like, he's completely lost his mind.
I'm reaping all the benefits.
I'm so glad you all knew what that was. Wilde and Tausch is next on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee.
Absolutely. Well, we do still have big delays. Southbound